Welcome, I'm Sue, founder of Ava's Bridal Couture in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Thank you for your interest in scheduling an appointment with us. We cannot wait to help you shop for your dream dress. I want to go through the most important question, which is the appointment deposit. It's a big piece of the puzzle for me, and I want to walk you through it and show you how it benefits you, why I charge it, and what happens if you don't find your dress. And I also want to make sure that you're comfortable with it so you can see what happens after you pay that deposit. As I'm giving you a tour of my salon, I want to walk you through this. And if you want to share this video with your mom or anyone else that might be a part of this decision, that way you don't have to explain it to them. You can just invite them into this conversation and we can do this together. Once you pay your deposit on my website, you're going to notice that a bunch of work is happening. You're going to start hearing from me more, and it's all going to happen through text message and video. You're a busy working professional. Your life is so overwhelming right now. It's fun being engaged, but you're also feeling like you have a full-time job. So the videos that I'm using to teach you how the process works and showing you different techniques and ideas and what's coming up ahead are so helpful to you because you can share the ones that you want to. You can also watch them on your own time, and you can send me text messages when you've got questions or anything that I've missed. I like to read your style quiz once you've paid your deposit because I'm going to start prepping for a phone call. I don't wait till we're a week or two ahead of your appointment because a lot of you are scheduling your appointment 3, 4, 5 weeks in advance, some of you months in advance. You have family that are flying into town. So the minute you pay your deposit, I get to work right then. Sometimes I have shipment from market coming in. Maybe I have a big shipment coming in May, but there are some pieces in that box that I think would be a perfect fit for you and your appointment. And so I will move my shipments around because you are planning so far in advance, which I love. If your wedding is less than 6 months away, you're probably in panic mode a little bit. And you're also feeling like you need to come to your appointment this week or next week at the latest. I want to highly encourage you to schedule your appointment 2 to 3 weeks in advance, even though your wedding feels like it's tomorrow. This gives me a chance to get those dresses in and really do the full experience. Of course, if we have an opening and you want to come in sooner, I'm not going to make you push your appointment out, but I want you to see how giving the time to do the research beforehand and the pre-plan, the pre-appointment is just as important as our actual meeting in person. I want to get you ready. I want to get your guests ready, and I want to do the research too and have enough time to do a really great job for you. If you've been to some bridal salons or talked to some stores that have told you that your timeline is too short to order, what they're really trying to tell you is that their business is not geared for short timelines. They're doing you a favor by not wasting your time. Businesses like mine are geared for short timelines. The pre-appointment process is my opportunity to research all the best options that fit with your style. And I'm not just going based on your photos. I'm also asking you very detailed questions about your personality and things that are happening in the quiz that I'm also using in the phone call. Being able to connect the dots and do my part really helps me to anticipate your needs and to make sure that we have good, solid options where you don't feel limited. You would be surprised. I had a bride a couple of weeks ago. Her name's Mary Catherine. She had a 6-month engagement, but she didn't start shopping for her dress until about 3 months before her wedding date. She just didn't know. And she came to our store and ordered a dress. I kid you not, she said yes to the dress on a Saturday, and by that next Friday, her dress arrived and she was starting her first fitting. And within a couple of weeks, she was taking her dress home and off she went. Of course, that's not the ideal scenario. So the ideal for her would have been starting at 6 months, but had she known, she would have done that. But since we caught her when she did, it all worked out. She did have to pay some rush delivery and expedite fees, but it was worth it in the long run because her experience was so smooth. Once we meet in person, you're going to feel like we've had 2 visits in one. With our store being 6,000 plus square feet, we have over 400 dresses in stock, plus all the research that we've done. You're going to feel like you're going to multiple stores in one. We are going to find your dress in the first appointment without feeling rushed, without feeling pressured. It's going to happen naturally. Your next concern is, well, this is my first appointment and I don't know what looks good on me. I have no clue what I'm looking for. I'm super overwhelmed. I don't look the same as I did 2 years ago. And I have all this work I want to do to my body so that I look a certain way and that I feel a certain way in the dresses that I love. Well, let me tell you, all of that is so natural and common, and there are ways that we are going to overcome that. In the process, I have a mini course that I'm going to have you take. I'm going to send it to you by text message, and in the course, there are several things I'm going to walk you through that could go wrong in your appointment. And so knowledge is key. Just knowing like, okay, this is a natural part of the process. This is what most women experience, and this is how you overcome that. And just having the information going into the meeting, your guests are going to know how they can support you. You are going to know what your nervous system might be doing, and we're going to show you what our techniques are that will help you to make this decision on your own. It really doesn't take pressure from your mom or you or us. It's something that we're going to be able to see in your body language. There's like this giddy energy that happens with most women that your mom will be able to tell, your besties will see it in you. You're going to notice that I'm not one of those people that's like, oh no, you look great, you look so skinny. I'm more of a problem solver. Another thing you're going to receive is a personalized video that is just for you and your guests. So the guests that are coming to your appointment, you're going to send those over to me in your quiz, and I'm going to make a video just for you. And the purpose of that video is so that you have something to share with your guests. This saves you so much time having to explain to them what you've been doing behind the scenes digitally with me. And this is not going to feel like a blind date where you just show up and we haven't spoken and it's like this big secret to your guests that we're going to magically find your dress today. Well, we want them to be an integral part of this. They know you so well. They're going to be honest with you. They know how you react when you're really happy or when you're kind of stressed. And we want them to know what's happening. So the video is going to really help them to see that. It also communicates everything for you. So with your busy schedule, you're going to love that I'm going to be able to explain that to them in a way that's fun and relatable to them. I'm also going to show you some additional things in the course. So that way, if you're like, yeah, I can see myself having that situation with my group, then you can also share any information that will help the appointment. When we get to the appointment in person, you're going to feel like you already know us. When you get there, we're going to show you the suggestions rack that we've started for you. And then from there, your guests are welcome to look through if they'd like, or we can just get started. From the suggestions rack, you might feel like you're supposed to know which dress is going to be the one. That's not how this works. You're going to try on the dresses. We're going to ask you very simple, lighthearted questions that keep it playful and moving, but also intentional. You do not need to know what looks good on you. Your Pinterest board does not need to have your dress on it. You just need to show me what you're attracted to, and I will compute that into a Stitch Fix type of situation where I gather all this information. I have this keen sense of being able to translate it into ideas and dresses, and then we'll try those on, and by listening to you, my staff and I will pull dresses that will be exactly what you're describing in your own terms. I meet so many clients that I'm their first and last stop, and you can also read a lot of my reviews and hear brides telling their story about how we were their first and last stop. But if you're the type of bride that's like, that is crazy, like I don't do that, I'm not that bride. Or if you're like, I'm not letting my daughter go to one store, that is not going to happen. Well, then I want you to go to those appointments that you have on your list. It will make you appreciate the process that we've tested over the years, and it will also make you that much more relaxed to enjoy our process because you won't have that FOMO. If you find your dress elsewhere, you're going to see that we're very transparent and supportive. If you found it elsewhere and they don't have in-house alterations, we're going to welcome you back to do alterations here with us. If they have in-house alterations or you have someone else that's closer to you or a better fit, we totally get it. If you do not find your dress with us, your deposit goes to your stylist, but you're going to see that the money that you spent was well invested. You're going to be so much more knowledgeable. It's going to be a great experience. And I tell my clients that if I'm doing my job right and you're doing your research, reading my reviews, looking at the pricing that I have on my shop link, looking at the pictures of the dresses that I offer, the sizes, and basically just doing your research online with my online reputation and the reviews that I have, you will find your dress. And if there's a reason that you're thinking you won't, I want you to share that with me in your quiz so that we can address it. We can talk about it in the phone call, and I can make sure that I have that information in the course so that you or whoever else is involved can overcome that successfully. I tell my clients that if I'm doing my job right, I will be the first and the last appointment you'll ever need. And all jokes aside, you have so much pressure on you. This is a huge decision, and we attract women who find this to be such an important dress. It's a big deal to them. They want to have that moment. They want it to be special. So you're going to love that we have the full process thought out, even down to the party room. And even though it's not about cake and champagne, it's about a big decision that you're making and not having regrets and not feeling like you bought the wrong dress. But it's nice to be with a store that does think through the entire process. The pre-appointment, the actual meeting, and everything after is so thought through. If you have any questions, let's jump on a quick phone call. Sometimes we need a quick phone call, and that would be awesome for us to answer any questions that I missed in this video, and I'll be in the text messages. I can't wait to hear from you. Let me know how you're doing. I am so looking forward to meeting you, working with you, and using this time with intention. We're going to celebrate you and make you feel like a queen.